Hey there. So this practice is called Get Back on the Mat. And it is a fun and beginner-friendly flow for those times where you need that little extra inspo to get back on your yoga mat. So I'm really excited to do this class. We are going to dive right in. So let's get started standing at the top of the mat. So as you arrive here, I want you to just take a moment to be grateful and to be happy and proud of yourself for doing your yoga practice today, for already saying, yes, I am going to commit to a yoga flow today. That is usually the hardest step of all. And I want you to acknowledge that within yourself. So as you're taking these first couple breaths, just being so happy and proud of yourself. And notice how that feels in the body. Notice how it feels to be your own biggest cheerleader. And on your next breath, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up, reaching nice and tall. I want you to just stretch as long as you can. We're going to interlace the fingers. Pointer finger is going to stay pointed to the sky. We're going to take a big stretch over to the right side. Keep both feet planted on your mat. Come back up, and then we'll go over to the left. Big side body stretch. So I'm not worried about how this looks or doing this the right or wrong way. Instead, just noticing how it feels. Let's go do that one more time. Big stretch over to the right. Just feeling that sensation in the body. Yes, come back up to center. Big stretch to the left. There we go. Come back up, release the hands. We're going to swan dive into a forward fold. So relax the hands all the way down. Lead with the heart. And as you find your way into this fold, just know that you can always put a bend in the knees here if you need to. So what we don't want is super straight locked knees and a rounded spine, but instead we want to fold at the hips. So maybe even put your hands right on the hips. Fold at the hips. Bend those knees if your hammies are tight. And let the spine fall really long. Beautiful. And take a nice deep breath here. Relax the neck. So if your neck is kind of crunched up, go ahead and relax the head. Let it fall really, really heavy here. Very good. Maybe even sway the upper body from side to side. Feeling that stretch in the back of the legs shift as you move. Maybe you shake your head yes or shake your head no. Just getting out any tension you're feeling in the upper body. And as we come back to center here, we're going to bring the hands up to the shins for a halfway lift. So I want the shoulders to squeeze on the back. Spine is nice and long. So imagine you're kind of sticking your tailbone out, lengthening the hamstrings. Gaze is down at the top of the mat, so you're lengthening the neck and the back of the head. And then fold in. So let's flow with our breath a little bit here. Take a big breath in, halfway lift. Lengthen, feel the shoulders squeeze back. Exhale, fold in, so the upper body hugs in towards the standing legs. Inhale, halfway. Imagine creating a little bit more space between each vertebrae. And then fold in as you exhale. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, slow and steady. Lengthen the spine. Little bit longer. Haha, there you go. Exhale, fold it in. Very good. Now, if you have a block, you might like to use a block here. Place it in front of you. Maybe you don't need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to place that left hand onto the block. We're going to put a bend in the left knee, straighten that right leg, and we're going to twist open to the right. The right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Keep that spine nice and long here, and maybe even gaze up at those top fingertips. Beautiful. We're going to do a windmill with that right arm. So that right arm is going to come down by the hips and then just make a big circle up and around, just getting into the chest, the shoulder. So we'll do 3 of those. There's 1 and 2 and 3. Very good. We'll switch sides now. So this time, that right hand is going to come all the way down onto the block or onto the mat. Put a bend in that right knee, straighten the left, rotate the heart open to the left. Left hand is going to reach up towards the sky. Very good. So just notice that opening here. Very good. We're going to do those circles, windmill, that left arm. So we're going to lower the hand down by the hips and then sweep it all the way down and around for 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely. Come back into a regular fold. Go ahead, set that block off to the side. Take a nice deep breath here. We're going to step the left foot back. Okay, so take a giant step back with that left foot, meeting in lunge. So the hips are square. Back heel is lifted, back knee is as straight as you can make it. And we want this front knee to be stacked right on top of that front ankle. So meeting in this low lunge. And you might be feeling sensations in many parts of the body in this pose. You might feel it in the hips, you might feel it in the hamstrings. Just take a moment to settle in and notice what this feels like for you and your body today. Very good. We're going to keep that left hand planted down. We're going to sweep the right arm up, coming into a lunge twist. So again, make sure that back knee is nice and straight. Open the heart, and we're going to do those windmills again. So that right hand is going to come down by the hips. Sweep it all the way up and around for 3 and 2 and 1. And then this time we're going to lower the back knee, coming into Anjaneyasana. Flip the back toes and sweep both arms up to the sky. So again, that front knee is stacked right on top of the ankle. If your back knee feels uncomfortable in this pose from putting weight on it, you can either fold your mat in half like that to give yourself a little extra cushion, or grab a blanket or a pillow or something to put under the knee. So you don't want the knee to hurt. If you're able to go kind of on the top of that kneecap, that is going to be a better spot, but that's also a really, really deep stretch. Okay, so do a variation that works for you. Anjaneyasana, deep lunge. So let those hips sink in. Take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down. We're going to come into half split, shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. So the hips are going to be stacked right on top of that back knee, straightening the front leg the very best we can, flexing those front toes. This is a really, really, really good one for the hamstrings. And if you need blocks, I'm going to actually show you and use blocks as we flow through this. So you might like to have one in each hand. And if you don't have blocks handy, you can use hardcover books is a really great alternative. If you have a really sturdy water bottle, anything that can, hold your weight and give you that little extra lift is all you need. But if you have yoga blocks, those are obviously the easiest and the best to use. So take a deep breath as you fold forward here. Just giving yourself some grace. Not being judgmental of how this feels or looks in the body, but just being present with whatever's there for you. And so we're going to flow between these two poses, deep lunge, Anjaneyasana, and then half split. But we're going to keep our hands down either on the mat or on blocks. So as you inhale, we're going to shift the hips forward, lift the heart for Anjaneyasana, deep lunge. Exhale, shift the hips back. 2 more times. Inhale forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale forward. Exhale, shift back. This time we're going to come all the way forward into standing split. So shift those blocks ahead if you're using them. Flip the back toes, lift the back knee, and we're going to sweep that left leg back behind. Keep the hips square. You can keep the hands on blocks or on the mat, whatever works for you. Back toes are flexed and they're pointed straight down. So if you notice your toes are kind of turning out to the side like ballerina stance, see if you can internally rotate that back leg so the toes point down. Upper body hugs in towards the standing leg. Take one more deep breath here. And then lower the legs all the way down. Very good. Meeting in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Whew. Lovely. Big difference between the right and the left leg now that we've only done one side. So we're going to go ahead and do this on the other side now. So take a giant step back with the right foot. So we're meeting in that lunge, more of like a higher lunge here. So remember, the back heel is lifted. The back knee is nice and straight, or as straight as you can make it. And then the front knee is stacked right on top of the ankle. So sometimes I'll see in students the knee will kind of sneak ahead. We just want to make sure that it's nice and stacked. And so in this place, just allow those hips to sink in a little bit. Okay? Notice where you feel this in the body. Where are the stretching sensations happening for you? Very good. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to keep that right hand planted. We're going to sweep that left arm all the way up to the sky. Lunge twist. Open the heart, and then we'll windmill the left arm. So take a deep breath. Lengthen that spine a little bit more. Very good. Bring the hand all the way down towards the hips and then up and around. For 3. And 2. And 1. Beautiful. Lower the back knee. Flip the back toes. Anjaneyasana, bring the arms all the way up and let the hips sink down. So this is such a beautiful pose because there's energy moving in 2 different directions. You've got the hips that are really sinking deep into the pose, but on the other hand, you've got the upper body lengthening, lifting. Maybe you're even gazing up past the fingers. See if you can relax the shoulders here. Very good. And we'll take a couple more breaths in this very deep lunge. Beautiful. Bring those hands all the way down. Grab those blocks if you need them. We're going to come into half split. So shift the hips back. One hand is going to stay on each side of that front leg, either on the mat or on blocks. And the hips are going to be stacked over that back knee. So there is a variation of half split where you can sink the hips all the way back. And that's just not the one we're doing today. Today we're doing the one that's a little bit more lifted. But this is a deep one for sure. So again, there's no harm in using blocks to give you a little extra lift or even having a little bit of a bend in that front knee. But while you're here, I want you to think about lengthening the spine, sticking that tailbone out just slightly, really lengthening the hamstring. Very good. In a moment here, we'll move with our breath between those 2 poses. On your next inhale, we're going to shift forward, lift the heart, sink the hips, but the hands are going to stay down. As you exhale, come back into half split. Shift the hips back. Inhale forward, lift the heart. Exhale, shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. Last time, big breath in, slow and steady. Fill the lungs. Exhale, shift the hips back. This time coming all the way forward into standing split. So shift forward, flip the back toes. Lift that back knee, taking a giant step forward into standing split. Hips are square. Back knee and back toes are pointed straight down to the mat. And the upper body's hugging in towards the standing leg. Take a couple breaths here. One more breath. Fold forward. Very good. Lower that leg. Whew, shake it out a little bit. That standing split can kind of sneak up on you. It's kind of a tricky one. But it's very good for working on building balance and stability in the body, building strength. So many good things. Let's just refresh with a halfway lift. So take a big breath, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold it in. Very good. We're going to step that left foot back. So we're going to do this just one more time. Step that left foot back, let the hips sink down. Very good. Keep that back knee lifted for now. All right. Beautiful. Front knee is stacked right over that front ankle. Plant the left hand, and as you inhale, we're going to sweep the right arm up towards the sky, twisting to the right. Lengthening through the top of the head, through the spine, all the way down that back leg. Keep that knee lifted through that back heel. Lots of energy moving in the body here. We're going to take that right hand. We're going to do 3 big windmill circles. So lower it towards the hips and around for 3 and 2 and 1. As you sweep that arm around, lower the back knee, flip the back toes. Both arms sweep up for your Anjaneyasana deep lunge. Lift the heart, sink the hips down. Very good. Settle into this pose. Allow your body to relax and soften just a little bit more. Bring the hands all the way down. This time coming into half split, so shift the hips back. Straighten that front leg. Flex those front toes. So keeping that spine nice and long here. I just want you to imagine yourself lengthening from the top of your head all the way down through the tailbone. And I don't know about you, when I focus on keeping my spine nice and long like that, I feel such a deeper sensation in the stretch. Let's take one more breath exactly as we are. And on this next one, let's move with our breath. So as you inhale, shift forward, deep lunge, lift the heart. Exhale, shift back. Straighten the front leg. Inhale forward, deep lunge. Exhale, half split. Shift the hips back. One more time, slow and steady. Let the breath take you a little bit deeper. And then go empty on the breath as you shift back. Standing split. So giant step forward. Sweep that left leg back. Hold here. Upper body pulls in towards the standing leg. Back toes are rotated down towards the mat. Maybe you can lift that left heel a little bit higher. It's okay if your foot is like a foot off of the mat. It does not matter. Just do your best. From here, we're going to come into half moon. So we're going to rotate the body towards the long edge of the mat, stack the hips, and that left hand to start is just going to come to the top hip. So you might also like to use a block in the hands here as well for a little extra lift for those right fingertips. If you'd like to take this a little bit further, you can try reaching that left hand up towards the sky. Very good. And it's okay if you fall out of this. Half moon is such a tricky balance pose, but it's a really fun one, and it's one that I swear the more that you practice, the easier it becomes. Take another breath. Very good. We'll meet in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Well done. Okay, let's do this on the other side now. So we're going to step the right foot all the way back, meeting in that lunge. Keep that back knee lifted. Press through the back heel. And then that front knee stacked right on top of the left ankle. Very good. So just taking that moment to arrive here and just maybe noticing too how it feels to be here for the second time. So sometimes the first time in the pose feels kind of clunky and stiff in our bodies, but the more we spend time in those poses and in those shapes, our body starts to relax and become more comfortable. Sometimes even in poses you never thought you could feel comfortable in. From here, go ahead, plant that right hand down. We're going to rotate and lift the left arm up for that lunge twist. So see if you can lengthen just a little bit longer through the spine, through the neck, through that back heel. And then twist a little bit deeper, opening the heart. Let's do 3 windmills with that left hand. So bring it down towards the hips and then up and around for 3 and 2 and 1. This time, sweep that left hand as you lower the back knee, coming up in Asana deep lunge. So now the back knee is down, back toes are flipped, but the front knee is still right on top of the front ankle. That part hasn't changed. Just take a breath here. Settle in. See if you can relax your shoulders. Maybe you're able to drop those hips just a teeny bit more than you could before. Take one more breath exactly as you are. Beautiful. Bring those hands all the way down, coming into half split. So start to shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. Starting to come into that variation where you lengthen the spine. Instead of focusing on just folding in the best you can, see if you can shift that focus to length. How long can you make the hamstring? How long can you make your spine here? On top of that, how long and deep can you make your breath here? Aha, the challenge. This is exactly where you need to be. So while you are here, give yourself permission to breathe a little deeper. To be fully present. And even coming back to what we talked about in the beginning of practice, just being proud of yourself, being happy to be here on your yoga mat. Let's take one more breath and then we'll start to flow between those 2 poses. On your next inhale, shift forward, lift the heart, keeping the hands down, letting the hips sink in for Asana deep lunge. Exhale, shift the hips back, half split. Inhale forward, lower the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, shift back. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the hamstring. One more time, inhale forward. And exhale, shift back. Beautiful. Standing split. So shift all the way forward, taking that giant step as you sweep the right leg back behind. Upper body pulls in towards the standing leg. Back toes are flexed, pointed down to the mat. Noticing how strong you feel here. Perfectly aligned. Building strength in the body. Take one more breath. We'll start to come into half moon. So the left hand is going to stay down onto the mat. We're going to stack and open the hips. And that right hand is going to start by just coming to the hip. So this is going to be a little bit of an easier variation to hold, which I say that. This is still quite a challenging balance pose. If you'd like to take it further, you can reach the right arm up towards the sky. And if you need that extra lift, you can use that block under the bottom hand. This can be another really great way to find some stability in your half moon. Stack the shoulders and stack the hips. Keep that right leg lifted. Take one more breath. Excellent. Proud of you. Fold it in at the top of the mat and shake the legs out a little bit. Whew. Definitely felt that one. Wow. And take a big breath. Halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Let it go. This time rise all the way up to standing. Go ahead and sweep those arms up towards the sky. Connect the palms. And bring the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes and just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. It's pretty remarkable what a little bit of movement can do for our body and our mind. Relax the arms down by your side. And then from here, we're going to stand wide on our mat, facing the long edge. We're going to come into triangle pose. So we're going to turn the right toes towards the short edge of the mat. Or we're going to keep our back toes facing that long edge. Arms are going to come to a T. And then from here, we're going to reach the rib cage forward. So lean the heart. And then from here, start to bring the hand all the way down to the outer edge of the foot. Now, I love using a block in triangle pose. And I like to use it in that bottom hand because sometimes that is a long way to go for our hand. And if you're having a hard time reaching, having this little extra lift can be really helpful. So a couple things I want to point out here. Making sure that we're not locking that right knee. So sometimes if you hyperextend your knee, it's easy to do that in this pose. Put just a little baby bend there to protect your kneecap. And then from here, we also want to focus on rotating the heart open. So one thing I see a lot is that people bring their hands forward and they almost are reaching forward instead of over that front leg. So that's why I love having a block here, because the block makes it a lot easier for us to arrive in this position where our heart is in line with our hips and is in line with that front leg. Keep the spine nice and long, and you can either gaze down at the mat, straight ahead, high, or up at the top hand. So let's just take one more breath here. Beautiful. We're going to come into a wide forward fold. So we're going to sweep the top hand up towards the ear and then sweep it down. Turn those front toes in, meeting in a wide forward fold. And if you used a block, go ahead and bring that block to center because we're going to come into triangle on the other side. So you might like to have the block handy towards the left foot now. But let's just pause a moment in our wide forward fold. Relax the upper body, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Take one more breath. And so this time we're going to shimmy the left toes towards the short end of the mat. Go ahead and take your block if you are using one. Place it on the outer edge of like the front foot or the front ankle. And then we're going to bring that left hand down to the block or just on the mat, wherever you're at. Rotate the heart open, triangle pose on the left side. Very good. So focusing on rotating the heart open, making these big, long, beautiful lines in the body. See if you can breathe a little bit deeper. Give yourself this time to explore how this shape feels in your body. There's no rush. There's nowhere else you need to be. There's nothing else that you need to do besides be right here in this pose, in this practice. I'll be here for a few more breaths. Take the top hand, sweep it right up next to the ear, lengthen the side body, and then sweep it around as you come into your wide forward fold. Beautiful. Let the upper body feel very heavy here. Those left toes are now swiveled in, so they're pointed towards the long edge of the mat. You're pressing out through the outer blades of both feet. Take a nice deep breath. From here, start to walk those feet into center, and then we'll meet in a seat. Now you are welcome to end this practice in your back in Shavasana, or you can end in a seated position like I am here, whatever sounds good for you. But I want you to just take that moment to turn back to that gratitude. Turn back to that grace that you're giving yourself. Maybe it's been a while since you've been on your yoga mat. Maybe you've been feeling uninspired lately. And that doesn't matter. What matters is that you are here right now. That you did decide to do something about it, to take that inspired action. And sometimes that's all we need, that little nudge to get us back on our yoga mat. So I am proud of you. But I want you to be proud of you. Taking that step is usually the hardest part of all. So put a smile on your face. Maybe you place your hands on your heart. Maybe you even wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a little hug. I am so grateful to have you here. The light in me honors the light in you, my friend. Namaste.